Hello, Abnormal Investigations. How are y'all doing tonight? We're actually getting snow here on the farm. Logan done a short video yesterday, a little bit, and then today we released a short over on the Wide Open Adventures channel. If you want to check out the snow we're getting, it's beautiful out. It's cold, but it's beautiful. And of course, Logan's been chunking some snowballs. I got an encounter for you guys. I think you're going to really enjoy this one. I'm getting a little better. My cold is a little better. I want to thank Jesse for reading one of the encounters for me yesterday. That really helped a lot. I barely had my voice all day. Felt bad, muscle aches and everything. But today's a little better. I've just had a migraine and a little bit of muscle pain. But it's getting better day by day. God is good. All right. Let's see. Let's get into this one. And y'all let me know what you think. I've been hiking these woods for years, and I've never seen anything that's made me feel truly uneasy. But on this particular day, something felt off. It started with the drive to the trailhead. The roads were winding and narrow. The GPS in my phone kept losing signal. I had to stop and consult the map a few times, which added to my growing sense of unease. When I finally arrived at the trailhead, I was relieved to see that I was the only one there. I parked my car, grabbed my backpack, and set off down the trail. The hike was uneventful at first. The trail wound its way through the trees, and I walked in silence, enjoying the peacefulness of the forest. But as the day wore on, I started to feel a growing sense of unease. It was hard to explain, but I felt like I was being watched. I kept looking over my shoulder, expecting to see someone lurking in the shadows, but there was never anyone there. I tried to shake off this feeling of telling myself that I was just paranoid, but the sensation persisted, growing stronger with every step. I'd been hiking for hours when I caught a glimpse of something out of the corner of my eye. At first, I thought it was just a deer or a bear, but as I turned to look, I realized it was something much larger. It was a figure standing perfectly still and watching me from a distance. I couldn't make out any features, but I could tell that it was big, easily 7 foot tall, maybe more. I froze, my heart racing as I tried to process what I was seeing. I was torn between fear and curiosity, unsure what to do next. As I stood there, I noticed that the figure wasn't moving. It was just standing there, watching me. I couldn't see its face, but I could sense a gaze. It was like I was standing there while it was studying me, trying to figure me out. I slowly reached for my camera, trying to not make any sudden movements that might scare the figure away. But as I looked through the lens, I realized that it was too far away to get a good shot. It was almost probably 100 yards away, maybe more. I stood there for what felt like an eternity, watching the figure as it watched me. I was trying to make sense of what I was seeing, but my mind was a blank. I couldn't think of anything this could be. I tried to push the fear aside, telling myself that I was safe. I was in a public place after all, and there were surely other hikers around. But the fear persisted, growing stronger with every passing moment. Finally, after what felt like 10 minutes, the figure turned and disappeared into the trees. I stood there for a long time, trying to process what I had just seen. As I made my way back to the camp, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was following me. I kept looking over my shoulder, expecting to see a figure lurking in the shadows, but I never saw it again. When I got back to camp, I told my friends about what I had seen. They were skeptical, but they listened to my story. I spent the rest of the night discussing what it could have been, but never came up with any answers. The next day, we packed up our gear and headed home. I knew that I would never forget the experience that I had just had, or what I had just seen. As I looked back on that day, I realized that I had seen something that I couldn't explain. It was a mystery, and I wouldn't say that I didn't know what it was, because I feel deep down I do. I believe it was a Sasquatch watching me, like many people report that they do. But I was okay with that. Sometimes the unknown can be far more fascinating than the explained. I never went back to those woods again, but I never forgot what I saw. It was a reminder that there's still so much we don't know about the world, and sometimes the most inexplicable things can be the most fascinating. In the months and years that followed, I found myself thinking about the figure more and more. I wondered what it was and what it wanted. I wondered if I would ever see it again. And then one day I received an email from a stranger. The email was brief, and we talked a little bit as they said they had knew that I had seen something, that they was at the camp with me when we were children. It was one of the guys that I had ended up camping with. We talked about it, and we both agreed that it probably was Sasquatch. It never followed me, and I never seen it again. I wonder sometimes why when some people they see 'em more often than others, and why some people never have a second chance or a second encounter. Any ideas onto this why, Mike? I don't know why people are picked. Some people are picked, some people aren't. That's still, I think, a mystery within everybody that investigates this field, is to wonder why some people are picked and some people aren't. I don't have an answer for that. I look forward to seeing what people say in our comments. I'm sure we'll have a lot of answers given there. And also to update you guys, we're collecting a lot of evidence for the video we're going to be releasing on Patreon. It's going to be a really good video. I'm really excited. So if you're interested in what's going to be dropped on Patreon, become a member over there. You'll get a lot of extra content, also pictures and everything. But that's where that video will be released, because we won't be able to release it anywhere with some of the topics we're going to discuss and go down the rabbit holes. But I think it'll be well worth it, guys. I think you'll really enjoy it, plus the extra content. Thank you for watching, guys, and until next time, keep your head on a swivel. Don't be something's dinner, and we'll see you on the next one.